So our day starts about 7:30. First thing I do is pop on the kettle. That's a blend called Sender Cream, which is really detoxifying. So I pop 1 drop of that in there, and that is just some milk for Stanley. We've got him off the bottle finally, so he just has a sippy cup of milk that we warm up for 30 seconds just to take the edge off. And he sips on that. So meanwhile I go back to the kettle and I pop in some boiling water into my Zender Cream. I only set in, like I say, I only put in 1 drop, and that's a really nice way to just have a bit of a cleanse first thing in the morning. I pop a bit of cold water in there too. It's really nice to just have a cup of hot water first thing. Then I go over to my essential oils box and I choose an oil to diffuse. I chose peppermint on this morning. I love to diffuse peppermint. It really freshens the house up. And I popped on Classic FM. I feel like it's really important to think about the things that we bring into our life and into the energy that we're trying to create. So I'm trying to listen to classical music more. I actually sat and journaled for a little while first, and then before I kind of started my day, and then I wrote 3 intentions. I only managed to do 2 of those, but at least I got 2 out of 3 is not bad. Stanley, meanwhile, is watching Andy from CBeebies on his little blue iPad, he calls it. I go to the meal planner and just check what day it is. It was actually Wednesday and I'd switched it round. We actually had salmon on the Tuesday, so I'd switched it round. We were having chicken pie and I just wanted to make sure I'd got that out of the freezer, which I had the night before. Then I go around all the kitchen blinds, there's a lot of them, and I open them all up. It's kind of that feeling of like starting the day, isn't it? So at this stage I've had my hot water, I've done a bit of journaling, sometimes I meditate as well, and it's like opening the kitchen. Stanley's had a bit of milk, he's not had any breakfast yet. I just go around and open all the blinds, and at this stage Adam has already been out once with the dog. The older 2 kids are still in bed. So it's just about kind of easing ourselves into the day. In lockdown it's actually quite nice in that respect, because we don't have to kind of clock watch to the degree, you know, there's not that panic, is there, about kind of get out of the house by a certain time. So that's something I do actually like about lockdown. I actually just spend 10 minutes looking on my phone. Got to keep that in there, keep it real, be honest. Yeah, at this stage, Stanley, not Arthur, I always get them 2 mixed up. He's having a yoghurt. He's not a massive breakfast eater, so we normally start with a yoghurt because he loves them. I did eggy bread on this morning, which is really good because Bea, for example, likes it savoury. She has hers with a bit of salmon, and the boys have theirs sweet with icing sugar and a bit of maple syrup. And also, Stanley had some Cheerios on the side. It's now kind of 8:15. I have a coffee. I'm trying to reduce my caffeine intake. Oh my gosh, my Nespresso machine, I absolutely love it. If you're looking for a good coffee machine, highly recommend. This is a Nespresso Virtuo, and I have the half calf pods. And then, so what you do, you put your pod in, that's making your coffee, and then in the meantime, you pop your milk in the milk kind of heater frother, which I'll just show you now. And it heats it up and also froths it. And when Adam bought me this, I kind of went, I'm never going to use that. I'll just chuck some milk in. You know what? I use it every single time. It's such a lovely start to the day and a gift to yourself. If you love coffee, highly recommend it. I researched so many machines and I'm really happy with this one. So I just have 1 huge mug of kind of cappuccino. And that I kind of just try and not to have any more than that. This morning, on this morning when I recorded, which was yesterday, I actually just had a slice of toast and marmalade because I don't always want to have a really healthy breakfast to start the day, and that was just what I fancied on that day. Stanley at this point is asking for chocolate. He's pointing up to where we keep the chocolate, and I'm saying no. So the older 2 have had their breakfast and they're just watching, I think it's Gigantosaurus on Netflix with Stanley as well. So obviously the older 2 are at home at the minute. Here I'm making the bed. The older 2 are at home at the minute and homeschooling, and Stanley is still at preschool. So all I have to do in terms of getting them out of the house is I have to get Stanley ready. That's it. My morning skincare routine, you can't see that very well there. That's actually frankincense cleansing melt from Neal's Yard, which I absolutely love in the winter. It's a lot softer than a face wash. That is my favourite deodorant of all time. It's a doTERRA deodorant. So I do my frankincense cleanse with a hot cloth, and then I follow that with actual frankincense, which is my absolute probably in my top 2 oils, I would say, that and lavender. And I bob that in some really rich moisturiser, because in the winter my skin is really dry. And I bob a few drops of that in my moisturiser just to supercharge it. That is a really rich kind of ointment, it's actually called, but in the winter I feel like it's required. So it looks like I've got loads on there, but that actually will sink in. My favourite toothpaste at the minute is the doTERRA toothpaste. It's really lovely. It's fluoride free, and it's got the On Guard blend in there, which is really nice and protective. Then I actually take 1 drop of frankincense under the tongue, which is really good for like cellular health renewal, and I just absolutely love it. It's completely up to you. You don't have to take oil under the tongue, but doTERRA oils are safe to do so. Then I actually do something with bergamot. Bergamot is the oil of self-care, and I put a little bit on my heart centre, and I just think you can kind of smell it throughout the day wafting up, and it's so nice. In terms of what I'm wearing, it's yoga leggings and a comfy jumper, because that is just what I'm living in right now. Then I do my other oil of the day, which is Balance, and I put that on the soles of my feet, and this is, oh gosh, it's in my top 3 defo. Balance is just balancing. It's a beautiful blend. It smells very woody, leafy. Then it's over to my drugs basket. That's a probiotic. The other one you saw there was sertraline. That is a hormonal one. And then I do my vitamins, and that's an omega one, which is really good for brain health. And this one here is that's really good for cellular health. It looks like a lot, but it's a treat to myself, and that's what I take now, all those there, and I put them in the saucer so I remember to take the rest of them throughout the day. So it is now approaching the time where I need to get Stanley to preschool. There he is. He's actually saying bye-bye there to the camera. Such a cutie. And then actually Adam took him on this day, which is very unusual. I normally take him. And so whilst he took him, I just got busy cleaning up the breakfast things. Just like emptying the dishwasher. We always put the dishwasher on the night before and then empty it in the morning. I find if I come down to a dishwasher that's not been on, it kind of sets my day off wrong. So now it's actually 9:17. By this point Adam is back. I just wanted to show you here, I actually use doTERRA On Guard cleaning concentrate, which is a low top, well, it's a no tox, there's nothing toxic in it. I make my own cleaning spray, and I've got the peppermint diffuser on there, and I just wipe down everything, just clearing up after breakfast. That cleaning spray that I made, which is the Castile soap mixed with the On Guard cleaning concentrate, it smells amazing, and you will just want to use it all the time. It's got nothing bad in it, which is so nice. Then I pop a load of washing on, and then it's time for a dog walk. So pop my wellies on. That's Hugo, our chocolate Labrador. And I take the older 2 out for a walk. They absolutely hate walking, I'm not going to lie to you, and I really have to drag them around. But you know what? It's really important to try and get them out most days. I'm trying to show you here my Adaptive, but for some reason the focus wasn't working. Adaptive is an amazing blend, so supportive throughout the day, especially if the kids are driving you slightly crazy. This is just to show the dog walk. It was really, in the distance there's actually big, huge, beautiful hills, but it was so kind of misty and rainy. It wasn't very nice weather, but hey, we got out, and that's the most important thing. So yeah, we were out for about half an hour, hanging up the coats and putting the wellies on the welly rack. What I'm doing there is just, I don't know what I'm doing there, deciding where to put the wellies. So it's 10:20, and at this point we actually start homeschooling. We're really privileged that the kids have just had a laptop each off Santa for Christmas. They have a little snack, and that's to show you the focus blend, which is a really useful tool helping the kids to focus. I use it myself as well. I am diagnosed ADHD, as is one of my kids. I personally think every single person in our family has ADHD. This oil really helps, like just it's just that tool to lean on, and it's a really nice lemony, as you can see they get irritated when I put it on, lemony, fresh, focusing scent. Then at lunchtime, they finished by this time, I have to say. I put on a pan of pasta, and Adam went and picked Stanley up. He only does it in the morning at preschool 4 mornings a week. And here he is, the man himself, back from preschool. Oh, yeah, and so I put on lunch, which was a pan of pasta with some frozen prawns chucked in, and then I put some pesto and some creme fraiche over it. Sounds fancy. It's so easy. Gosh, we're going through so much food in lockdown. I'm sure you are too. So then I just tidied up after lunch. Yeah, I actually had some leftovers there that I popped in a little glass dish. I love those dishes. They have kind of plastic lids, but the glass dishes themselves have made of pyrex, so you could even cook in them. So Stanley and B are watching Kung Fu Panda, I think, there, and I just had some washing to put away, and then some more to put out. I mean, it is so hard, I think, during lockdown to try and keep, you know, a semblance of normality in terms of cleaning and all those things. It's just really hard to do it, isn't it? So I've had to really lower my standards in terms of what the house looks like, but you know what? It's fine, it's all good. It's actually really nice to have everybody at home when we're not driving each other crazy. And then I gave the kids, because even though they've just had lunch, they're still hungry, obviously, like some trail mix to watch TV with. That is our games cupboard, and didn't I put on my intentions to sort out one cupboard, so I thought, you know what, I'll do that later. So me and B sat down and we played a board game. I mean, we've never played so many board games, so that's one of the other good things that's come out of lockdown. We are playing the kids Scrabble, which I think I must have picked up at I don't know, like a flea market or something, or, you know, a car boot sale, because it's a really lovely retro edition, and we've got scorecards in there going back from years ago. So yeah, I actually got dinner started. I won't show you because it's going to go in another video. It was a chicken and leek pie, but I just fried off the leeks. And then, well, B just finished up on that game, and then I sorted out my games cupboard. How much better is that? And it only took a minute, and I'm trying to do one cupboard a day. And then, you know what? I sat down and watched Real Housewives with a cup of tea and some chocolate coins, because in lockdown especially, it is so important to have some brain dead time, I like to call it, where I'm just like, feet up, everybody go away, go and watch something, go and have screen time, don't care. I need that for my sanity. And then when I'd finished my pie, I went back into the kitchen and I popped that in. It's probably about 4 o'clock now. Yeah, 3:30, there you go. After dinner, we actually had, the kids had made some jelly with Adam. They've gone through a bit of a jelly craze at the minute, and yeah. I don't know why I recorded this, but it was quite funny. Everyone kind of went a bit bonkers for the jelly. Stanley got a little bit tyrannical and possessive about the jelly and got really angry when everyone else started eating it. Yeah, so that was a bit of fun after dinner. It was 6 o'clock then, and then what I'd like to do, if I've been cooking in the kitchen, which is every day, I actually like to put on a fresh load of oils to diffuse. So I put a few drops of lemon in, which is one of my favourite things to diffuse. Keep it simple, and it's so good for cleaning the air and cleansing the air. Amazing if you've been cooking fish in your kitchen. Get yourself a diffuser, peppermint and lemon and lavender. There's an intro kit that's really competitively priced, and it's very accessible. And if you love beautiful smells in your home that are actually good for you instead of carcinogenic, yeah, go for it. So yeah, I diffused some lemon in the kitchen, and then I feel like I kind of closed the kitchen down apart from supper. So I'm diffusing, and I've wiped down, I've cleaned up. Adam normally goes and plays with the kids at about 6. They play this really funny game upstairs where they turn all the lights out and he kind of frightens them and they hide under the bed, and he pulls them out from under the bed. So while they're doing that madness upstairs, I just kind of sort the kitchen out, blinds down, wipe sides down, diffuse, and it's a bit ritualistic. It's a bit like in the morning when you're kind of opening the kitchen and then you're closing the kitchen about 6. and then I go and prepare Stanley's bath. So I put some oil, carrier oil, and then I'm going for good old lavender here. A few drops of lavender in carrier oil. Don't put your oils, by the way, straight into your bath. They'll just evaporate out and you're not getting the most out of your oils that way. If you put them in a carrier oil, that's fat soluble. You can also use milk, you can use a capful of milk if you haven't got carrier oil. That means they will actually be going into your skin a bit more. You get more bang for your buck that way. That is little Stanny Wanny in the bath. I love this time. I love Stan's bath time. I'm treasuring it so much these years. They go so quick. And that's me and Stanny, obviously. And the book we went for there was, what's it called? Baby Bear, What Do You See? He loves it because it's got an owl in, it's got a snake in, all his favourites. And fox, obviously he's obsessed with those three creatures because of the Gruffalo. So it's really dark in here now, and what I'm basically doing is putting Stanley down, but you can't see that. So this is about 7 o'clock. Stanley has kind of knocked off his nap, not every single day, but mostly he's knocked off his nap. So he goes to bed really nice at 7. He's like out like a light. And then it's me time. I go and do yoga with Adrian. I'm doing 30 days, the breath series that's running at the minute. Oh my gosh, to say I highly recommend this is an understatement. It is physically changing me. It's mentally changing me. I choose a yoga oil from the doTERRA yoga collection. I've chosen Anchor here, and I just take 20 minutes and I just do some yoga for me. And I didn't used to like doing yoga in the evening, but I've actually got now that I like to be more awake and more conscious and more present and kind of closing off my day almost with it. I used to do it in the morning, but now I actually find that I do like doing it in the evening. The kids downstairs at this point are watching like The Simpsons or something with Adam. And I just take time. I just take time for myself. The series that I'm doing at the minute is very much about breath work, but it is dynamic on some days, and it's just absolutely fantastic. And the combination for me of yoga and essential oils is just sacred, it's so good. And you have to take that time during lockdown. We're so busy at the minute, aren't we? Put upon, it's really important. And then after yoga, I go put my pajamas on. And I do same thing, frankincense cleansing melt, same thing, I do frankincense, but this time at night I put a few drops of frankincense in carrier oil straight onto my skin, on my neck. I actually put extra frankincense after I've done that right there because I have a pituitary gland tumour. It's benign, but frankincense is amazing for the endocrine system, which is all about hormones and so on. So yeah, I do that, and then I'm like, girl, I'm ready for a cup of tea or a cacao. I actually had a cacao, which is just like very healthy cocoa basically. The gang had tea, a decaf tea. I made them all some toast, and yeah, like I say, I had cacao with a bit of maple syrup in. I just take a big plate of toast in the evening, and they all have tea, or we have chocolate sometimes. And it's when Stanley's in bed, and we've got that time with the older two. This is the cacao that I was talking about, and I put a bit of maple syrup in because it's very bitter. It's like cocoa, but it's like an upgrade. It's full of antioxidants. That's their toast, and I take that in, and we just sit and we watch. Actually, we are crazy about Modern Family, so we sit and we watch Modern Family. The fire's blazing. We normally watch like 3 or 4 episodes of Modern Family, and we all go to bed at like 9, half 9. And that is it, guys. I really hope you've enjoyed watching this, and I will catch up with you soon, and take good care, and lots of love to you all. Bye bye.